Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far. And a few days ago, the first Challengers Cup of the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War season concluded. There's another 3 on the way before the actual CDL League begins, we imagine sometime in late January. But Parasite was on a team yesterday doing relatively well. They ended up coming top 4. Didn't work out for them very well in this tournament. There was a lot of drama, a lot of arguments going on stream behind the scenes. And Parasite ends up getting dropped off this team effectively. And well, certainly intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Because if you guys were watching these streams, it's a, well, not the best situation. These guys did relatively well. They came top 4 in the tournament, but yeah, Parasite goes his separate ways, and those other guys are now going to pick up Draza, the substitute on the Los Angeles Thieves for next season, given Temp is probably going to be in that starting lineup. Intrigued to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that. And as Parasite says, free agent for challenges, hit me up if you want to win. This came out as well from BLASTS, so you'll ever just wonder where everything went wrong. And yeah, a lot of people saying it as a result of this tournament, like, you know, this guy's just super immature or whatever. And we'll look at a couple of clips right now of how this went down. So the Challengers Cup happened this last weekend, 5th through the 6th of December. There's another one this weekend, and we talked about at the time how Karma's team was doing pretty well, kind of exciting to watch. The RevTheAR team as well, looking very strong as well with Zaptius and Venom and co, all guys that have formerly been on the FaZe Academy, I think at some point in the past. That's why they were calling themselves Baby FaZe, but that's certainly a team that a lot of people might look to pick up. Of course, Paris Legion are not going in that direction, but well, certainly a very strong team. But BLASTS, Decimate, Neptune and Parasite had a pretty good result of the tournament. They came top 4. They knocked out Karma's team 3-0 to drop them out to top 6. And yeah, they ended up losing in that top 4 match. But yeah, they have a decent result, all things considered. However, every single time they would lose the map, every single time something didn't go their way, and things were kicking off inside of game, things were kicking off after the game's concluded, and it certainly, well, wasn't the best combination of players possible. And it's also a big consideration, the fact that you've got Neptune here, right, a former Halo professional, seems to be like a really good kid, very, very talented as well, probably needs to play with people who can actually, well, keep him on the level playing field and teach him something, and to not really be in this incredibly toxic environment like this team seemed to be. So I'll share a couple of clips here. The first one is of, well, Parasite, when he effectively got dropped or whatever. He was saying how, look, I don't want to play with this team anymore, and the rest of the guys were kind of just sitting there. And there's another clip as well from, well, Neptune talking to BLASTS, how, yeah, well, BLASTS is kind of like sitting behind a head glitch, and Neptune's like, don't chal, I got you, I got this corner. But yeah, BLASTS for some reason keeps challing again and again and again, and as, well, as this clip is titled, he does this 5 times a game minimum.
Recorded for you right now, you screwed at them on both sides. I'm not gonna argue, I don't want to play with you. I'm miserable, I'm not playing with this team anymore, because this is just annoying. You guys don't take anything that I say. You guys don't listen to me, dude. No, you don't. You shut me down every second.
Nobody's trying to shut you down.
You guys really shut me down. You guys really shut me down. Like, I don't know what the f I'm talking about. Like, you guys just see everything and I don't see anything.
Bro, nobody's just saying you're dumb or anything, bro.
No,
you're taking it personally.
All of you guys disagree with everything I'm saying. I don't get a word in.
No. I'm hiding in the corner. I'm watching mid. Yo, Racine, make sure you don't die. I can hold your, like, overextend. I can hold your overextend, Racine. Get a trophy down if you can. Racine, stay down, Racine. Racine, stay down. I have your push.
I tried running away, I was so one shot. You're good.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
Dude, oh my god, man. Two mid.
I'm gonna top green.
So not too long after the tournament concludes, 10% on my phone, no power, no team, and well, Parasite also clarifies the situation right here. I refused to team with Racine, that being BLASTS, so the rest of the roster chose him instead. So, you know, Parasite effectively giving an ultimatum. We like to see these ultimatums in Call of Duty, or at least they're relatively common. The fact is, okay, like, you either were playing with him, or you're playing with me. It's one or the other. I'm not playing with Racine anymore. And, well, as you can kind of see from that clip, I'm sure he's a relatively frustrating player to team with. Nothing against the guy, we just don't mesh well. Didn't want to put myself through that, so that is what it came down to. Wish them the best of luck. It is what it is. So, yeah, once again, a team from Parasite, the fact that, well, they had a decent result. They looked to be pretty good. Parasite getting this opportunity, or not this opportunity, I mean, effectively giving Neptune the opportunity to team with him. But Neptune's certainly a name you guys want to keep your eyes on throughout this season, next season, who really knows. If he does make that full-time transition to Call of Duty when Halo Infinite does come out and he still stays in the COD scene, I think this guy can be a very special talent, and I think people have been talking about him as kind of the next Shotzi or something like that from the Halo scene for a while. So, you know, kind of unfortunate to see the fact that Parasite's on the team. Seems to be going well. They're doing decent in scrims, but yeah, after one single tournament, they come top 4. They didn't really mesh well. They have to break apart, and Parasite goes his separate ways again. And I wonder, well, when his next team will be actually solidified. And well, we'll look at what his team I think is going to be right now in just a second here. But yeah, how long will that last? last, and how long will the other team last, given it looks like they're picking up Draza onto that team as well. But yeah, certainly Neptune is a guy to keep your eyes on going forwards. This then is Parasite's results the last couple of seasons. I mean, you can see way back in the day on Black Ops 4, when he actually was in the Pro League for a time on this Midnight Esports team, alongside Zaptius and those guys. And yeah, maybe I'll just zoom in one more time for you guys real quick. So yeah, Cold War, since the game came out, he was playing with New York Subliners for a little bit before they actually had their fourth in. Well, Hydra is still stuck in Europe right now, but Asim looks like he's going to be the substitute on that team. But since then, this is the squad they are playing with. He actually played a tourney with Lacefield, Vivid, and Silly real quick. But yeah, BLASTS, Decimate, and Neptune was the squad for a time. They won this tournament, of course. Then they came 5th, 6th in the Pharaoh Memorial, and then, well, top 4 in the first Challengers Cup. But they're certainly not going to be playing the second Challengers Cup together. And one of the things about Parasite is that, of course, you know, you guys will know this guy has played for a number of years in Call of Duty, world champion back in 2013 on Black Ops 2, but he has teamed on the most teams of any player in Call of Duty history. I think there's a pretty significant margin as well. The amount of team changes this guy's had, or at least teams that he's played with on LAN, is I think the most out of any in Call of Duty history. And definitely, well, it's a consistent trend. The Parasite ends up, his teams don't necessarily work out in the long term. Is that necessarily his fault this time around? Who really knows? I mean, it didn't seem to be a great environment, all things considered, when some people are arguing that, look, you've got Parasite who's, you know, obviously a bit of a hothead. The rest of the guys are also in a similar vein, but maybe they don't want to win as much as Parasite, or they don't really play to win in the same way. Maybe you could argue that that's what we saw in that clip from Blast right there, and then Neptune's kind of stuck in the middle, like, please get me out of this hellhole. Someone give me a better opportunity. But as Crone says, BLASTS, Decimate, Neptune, and Draza. So Draza's team that were looking very good online, they split up yesterday after a pretty difficult run at the first Challengers Cup. And yeah, Draza's going to be joining these guys. He's been looking very, very good in the early online arena. So this is kind of, he's not the LA Thieves Academy, but these are kind of the guys, if Draza's playing with them, that to keep on the radar, right? Because if you're a team like LA Thieves, and you know, next season maybe Neptune's looking very good, and he's been playing with Draza, your substitute, that might be something that LA Thieves all of a sudden start considering, right? Okay, can we get this guy into the starting lineup somehow? How do we make this work? And yeah, especially if that existing relationship already exists. So certainly something to keep your eyes on. BLASTS certainly hinting at this right here. This was some of the discussion on the subreddit as well, along a similar vein as we just discussed. Neptune just wants to learn. Feel bad for him, says Crone. Neptune is so good too. I hate making comparisons, but his movement is like Shotsy crazy. He needs a mature leader to teach him the fundamentals, and he'll be a pro very soon. That's very much the reputation Neptune had in the last few years of the Halo scene. Crazy talented player with movement like Shotsy. If Halo 5 had another year or two of pro tourneys, there's no doubt he would have been on a top 3 team and one of the best players in the entire game. So yeah, a lot of people feeling bad for Neptune stuck between a rock and a hard place in what that team is. However, Parasite is now on a new team, as Connor says, about to play Parasite, Saints, Dav, Paddy, and Noisy in a Pro Point. Wish me luck. So Saints, Nato, having been on that team this past weekend with, what was it, Classic, Aches, and Karma. Looks like Classic now is going to be on the Paris Legion. Saints, it seems like it's going to be on Parasite's team. We'll have to see what happens to Karma and Aches for next weekend's event, right? But yeah, Parasite, Saints, Dav, Paddy, and Noisy at a Pro Point. Wish me luck. So yeah, this seems to be the new squad. And well, we'll have to see how this goes, because Noisy and Dav, Paddy as well, also very talented amateur players in that region. So maybe Parasite can do something with these guys as well. Certainly a consistent trend. The Parasite seems to play with so many players from the amateur community that honestly a lot of them relatively quickly come good. And I think Parasite certainly has something to do with that at the very least, but also has probably something to do with the fact that every single team he seems to be a part of falls apart at some point or another. So yeah, intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. As Decimate says, wish I ever got the chance after World War II to play with people who are good, want to be the best, show up to practice on time, ready to go, put in the extra work as a team, know how to play COD, and just fry. Unfortunately, that only exists in tier 1 players, and I just never made it. So almost kind of talking trash to the teammates, maybe, I don't really know. Doesn't seem the best thing to tweet out if you're, well, you're playing with BLASTS, you're playing with Neptune, you're playing now with Draza potentially, and he's saying, look, I just don't have the chance to play with people who have all these characteristics. Those are the guys in the Pro League, and I just missed out on my spot, right? And it didn't really work out for Decimate, because having been a very good player for a time, I think in Black Ops 4 he was on the G2 squad for a while that failed to make it in the Pro League, and from there I think he got on an NV latter half of the season, but that really wasn't a pretty result either. And so yeah, after a good World War II, things really didn't work out for this guy. So just a couple of things here to finish off the video. This came out from Cronut City Lintel from the COD Rec League a couple of days ago. Thought this was really interesting. TAC Maps 1.0. I'll leave the link to this down in the description box below if you guys want to check it out. Effectively, the idea is you can go into this tool and you can actually use this to draw up strategies on the map. So as you can see right here, you know, player controls, all this type of stuff. You can go into a map. This is of course Armada Strike, and you can put where the arrows go. You can, well, draw exactly where the players are meant to be looking. So if you're trying to go over with your team some strategies, you can draw some lines like this of where all the 4 players are meant to go on the map, and then you can effectively hit play, and the players players will actually follow those trajectories through the start of the map, so you can kind of see what the what the angles look like and all this kind of stuff if you want to do some sort of A-take, and you can put them across from each other and draw some stuff on the map. All this really, really cool stuff, and I thought this was a tool that I hadn't really seen anything from before, and well, maybe very useful to you guys. Also has all the map callouts as well on it, so I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to check it out, use it, and well, give some feedback to the guys who made it, because I thought it was fantastically well done. Also, just to finish with this pretty entertaining thing, Clayson says something about our luck. We legit had 3 different scrims cancelled today. We had 10 scrims cancelled day of in the last 8 or so days. Jesus, what is going on? And well, Alex says, of course, on the London Royal Ravens, my bad, bro, was in the first scrim and my apartment started to flood. Hopefully the guy above me turns off his sink next time. So yeah, pretty crazy. Clayson's like, okay, fair enough, that's tragic. You know, we'll go again next time. But yeah, certainly intrigued to hear your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd really appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm to know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.